Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Access Success training. We are looking at the Android for Handheld contact with the Android with the API today. So welcome, everybody. And to start with a couple of housekeeping items. One, we are recording this, and it will be up on our website usually within 24 hours afterwards. So if you just go to our homepage, keystroke.ca, and if you scroll down on the homepage, oh, first I want to verify, can you see my screen? No, I'm just verifying. I'm showing screen here, but people aren't seeing it. Can you see it now? Katerina, can you see my screen? Okay, we just confirmed. We can see the screen. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping. Like I said, we are recording this. If you scroll on our homepage, keystroke.ca, scroll down on the right-hand side where it says Keystroke Training Videos. Just click on that and you'll find all our training videos there. Anybody can watch those. And we'll have the Handheld contact one up there, like I said, within 24 hours. Also, Craig, he's our key tech support for Handheld contact. We'll be monitoring the questions during this call. And so Craig will interrupt me where it's appropriate, or we will answer questions at the end. Just a reminder, this is a demo, not a tech support session. A few people sometimes get that confused and start asking specific questions to their issues they're having. So remember, this is a demo. If you have tech support, email service@handheldcontact.com. And so with that, a couple of things to start with. Our system requirements. One, you have to have Android OS, minimum 8.0, the Oreo. And you also have to have an ACT subscription version 18 or higher with web API permissions. So that's key to use Handheld Contact. So let's start with the demo. So first thing is how do we download? So I'm going to start right from scratch. So I'm actually working off a device. I've got my hands here. And so this is an actual demonstration of how you load it and everything else. So it's not a pre-recorded or simulated. So this is right from a device. So to start with, you just go to your browser. You can go to the App Store or the Play Store and download it there. Search for Handheld Contact API. Or you can go here and we can go right from your web browser. Go handheldcontact.com/API. And that'll take us right to in the App Store. So it's Handheld Contact API. So we'll just click on the install button. And it doesn't take very long. It takes a couple of minutes. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to bring up the ACT database in the background here. And so this is a demo database I have with 2,436 contacts or 35 contacts. And so we'll be syncing with that. So I'll click open. So again, it goes, first of all, it asks you if you want Handheld Contact to access your contacts. I will say allow. Also, Handheld Contact API to make and manage phone calls, allow. And then you put your address in. Now, if you're self-hosted, you should know your ACT API and web API address. If you are hosted with somebody else or IT set it up, they will know your address. So please contact them. You have to have this before you start your program. So here I'll start inputting the data. Now, what takes the longest usually is if you have a spelling mistake. You'd be shocked how many times we get support calls. And then your web address always ends in act.web.api. And then you also have to know your database name. and then your ACT username as well. Since I'm using a demo database, I'll use the usual Chris Huffman. It helps if you don't make input errors. So here we go, and I don't have a password on this one. I'll click login. So the whole install, I've done this a few times today just to test it with this database. From start to finish will take about 5.5 minutes. So HHC username. And then your password. And then we sign in. So that's how easy it is to install and do the initial login. So the key is you have to know your ACT web API address. You have to know your database name, your database username and password, as well as your Handheld contact account. So here we go. With Handheld Contact API, we synchronize one group. It's different than the classic in that way. So we've created a group here, as you can see, all contacts. So I'm going to click on that. And again, you can customize groups for individuals if you have numerous individuals within your company. Each one can synchronize their contacts. So as long as you have a group associated with that person, that works well. And so here now we choose which fields we synchronize. So these are all the standard fields, as you can see up top, and these are custom fields below. We'll just grab a few of them. Advisor, I'm just working off a Act for Wealth database here. And I'll just put anniversary, just a few of them for demo purposes. Hit continue. Then you have the choice whether you want to download opportunities. About half of our customers use opportunities with Handheld Contact. And so you have all the standard fields again, as you can see up top, and then custom fields below. So I'll just go budget, decision based on, and I'll just leave it at that. We don't need too many for the demo. And it says download data, I'll start download. So as you can see, I'm syncing 2,435 contacts. It'll take approximately a bit over a minute. In our production database, I download usually about 32,000 contacts, along with all the histories, notes, and opportunities and activities, and that usually takes about 8-9 minutes in that ballpark. So it's very fast. And the difference here between Handheld Contact Classic and the API is that, as you know, with the setup with Classic, you've got to install the console on the server that's hosting your ACT database. Here, there's no console at all. As you see during the demo, everything will be done right from the device. So you can see it's going very quickly. We're doing the contacts first, and then we'll go through to the activities and opportunities. The other thing I just want to chat about briefly while this is downloading is that in order to use this, again, you have to have web API permission. So ACT Pro or offline premium users are not eligible to use Handheld Contact API. You also have to, you can be a standard user, a manager, or administrator with security privileges assigned to web API permission. So it's fairly straightforward, and that's something, if you need determining whether you qualify or not, you can always call your certified consultant. But anybody who has API, web API permissions has access. So now we finished downloading 2,435 contacts, 7 activities, and 223 opportunities. So we're finished with that. So here we are. So let's go to the dashboard to start with. So this is where you should start. Don't start using it right away. Work a bit on the setup. So as you can see, we have menu button up in the upper left-hand corner and the menu button in the right-hand corner. So on the right is very simple. It's just strictly your settings or your exit Handheld Contact. On the left is where we have more detail. We've got favorites, which I'll show you in a few minutes. So I can just open that up, and there's no favorites because it's a brand new install. And I'll show you what that looks like. We also have searches, and then we have import, export contacts, import, export calendar. So this is from your native address book and your native calendar. Then we have sync status and settings. So I'll quickly show you the import export contacts. So here, this is not a two-way sync, so you import export on that specific instance. So example, if you want to keep yours up to date, if you have a lot of new contacts coming in, I would say once a week do the import export. So this is the import contacts. So these are all the ones in the native address book. As you can see, they're very similar. And then if you click that, it says selected native contacts will be imported into Handheld contact. I will cancel that for now. And then if we go back, and this is the export. So it's all very similar. If you want to export just your favorites or all contacts, you just click on all, click on that, delete all contacts in your native address book before exporting. So you can go, no, I want to keep them, cancel, or yes. I will just cancel this for now. And the same instance is with your importing, exporting the calendar. So I won't bother doing that, but it's a similar process. So the thing you first want to do when you get here is go to your settings. And so we'll just go under the general to start. And so the default screen is the dashboard. You can do contacts, calendar, task list. I will leave it on the dashboard for now. And then selecting groups. So let's say down the road you want to synchronize a different group. You can just make the change right here. But remember, if you change it, it will resend all data because obviously it's a new group. So I'll just hit save on that. I'll just leave it at contacts. And then we'll go contact field mapping. Anytime you change a field mapping, it will cause a resend of all data as well. So these are all the fields. I chose advisor and age before. So you can go through and you can add any other fields. I'll say no to that. Same thing with the opportunity field mapping. So it's very simple, very easy to use. So those of you that are familiar with the Classic, similar settings as were in the console of the Classic. So now we've gone to general activity default settings. So again, go through default scheduled with contact selected. You can go through and you can also always choose just to schedule with your record. Some people do that. So you have a choice there. I'll leave it on the scheduled with. The type of call. So all your custom activities will be listed here as well. I'll leave mine on as call for now. And then your type. Oh, sorry. Priority. I'll move it to medium. Ring alarm. Yeah, I want alarm set 10 minutes. And then duration, we'll make 15 minutes. And then the clear date, time as an act. I like it coincide so that anytime the clear date, it has the same principles and priorities as does the ACT database. So then history calendar settings. This is very simple. Initial view, you can do day, week, or month. I'll just leave mine on for day for right now. And then you can also show the detail. I like, my preference is always scheduled with regarding. So I'm going to turn that on. And for the month detail, I like scheduled with regarding as well. So whatever preference you have, you can set there. And now we'll go to handle contact. So if you think also, hey, I don't think it's syncing, something's wrong, you can go here and just check your information there. You got the addresses in there. So now I'm going to just test connection. And at the bottom, you see it's login successful. So you want to do that with a Handheld contact account as well as your ACT API, because sometimes if there's an issue on at your database level where it's hosted, you also want to test connection, because sometimes if there's something happening where the connection is lost, it's not an Handheld contact error at this point, it's the API error. So just something to do a quick check. If you ever think it's not syncing or you're not getting updates, something's wrong, so you can test those two settings. The next one we go to is sync schedule. You can see you can turn the auto sync off. I'm going to leave mine on, and then you can set weekdays. I'll leave mine, I'll put it for every 30 minutes for now. Weeknights, every hour is fine. So you can go through and make those adjustments as well. All right, so that's it for the settings side. So why don't we go Another thing I do want to mention is the difference between Handheld Contact Classic and the API. API, you can sync to multiple devices. So all the same credentials as you saw me log in here when I set it up, you can use that on a variety of devices as well. Okay, so let's go. I told you we'll go to the dashboard, and I'm going to show you the searches. So if you're out somewhere, or if you're looking for a particular group of people, and if you want to save your searches, we're going to click on the plus button here in the bottom left, bottom right, sorry. And so I'm just going to put New York, and description, I'll just put New York again. And then here where it says criteria field contains value. So I'm going to add a criteria. So I click to select on the drop down, and I'm going to choose city. And then here I click the drop down on the other side, and I'm just going to choose New York, and I'm click save. So we have 23 people in New York. Now, if you wanted to drill down further in New York and do search by customer ID, you can put a variety of filters on. So I'm going to click on this one. So these are all my 23 contacts I have here. And right from here, you can email them all. As you can see, if you're doing group emails, automatically puts them into BCC. And I won't type anything in there, but you can email the whole group, and you don't have to worry about security with people seeing other people's email addresses. Because I hit that, it jumped me to the email, so I'm just going to go back here, and I'm going to go back into Handheld Contact again, because it pushed me into the email function. So we'll go back here, and so that's the searches. Favorites, I'm going to go to my contacts, and I'm just choose Chris Kenny. So it says allow Handheld Contact API to access this device location. I'm going to allow it while using this app. And the reason you want to do that is for when we have our next release coming out, which I'll talk about at the end of this demo in terms of what's coming out in the next release, which should be in a couple of weeks. But as you look at the contact here in the upper right-hand corner, you see a star. I'm going to click on that and make Chris a favorite. So favorites is people you call a lot or you're always in contact with, and you want to have a quick lookup. So I'm going to go through and just pick some randomly here. So now I've got 3 people picked. So I'm going to go to my dashboard, go up in the left-hand corner, and just pick my favorites. And there you have all your favorites. So from here, you can go through and you can, we'll just go back here. Sorry, I was going to show you one more thing from the searches. You can save search as, edit search, or delete search. So save search as is if you're going to put more criteria on. So you want to save this one as New York 2. Sorry, I jumped back there for a second. I just wanted to show you this. New York 2. So I'm going to save that. And now if I go to New York 2, I'm going to go here. I'm going to edit the search. So this, you see my first search is city, New York. I can go here, add criteria. Oh, I will X that one out. Go here, and then you can choose if you have, I'm going to have to see what I synchronized here. ID status. So we will just put customers. Well, I don't know if anything's in that group, but let me just try it. Click save. I've got 4 people in New York that are customers. So my first one is all of New York people, and then I can save it as New York 2, and then I have 4 customers in New York. So it's a great way to narrow your lookup. And also for this, once we introduce the mapping, it's great to have these search features there, because then when you map, you can search an area, you can search all your customers in New York, where they live, and then do a driving route for them. But that's down the road a bit. So let me get back to my contacts. So here are my contacts. Let me show you in the ACT database. I'm just going to, I always pick on Craig and his name here. So I'm typing Strybosch. As you can see, we've got two Strybos here, Craig and Lucy. So what I'm going to do on my device now, I'm going to add a contact. And so I'm going to add Parker Strybos. I'm just going to put keystroke in there. And title, we'll do accountant. And I'll just put our office number in here. And then I'll just put one email. I'll put one of my email addresses in here. Okay, so I'm just going to save this. So it's saved. You see Parker here. So let's just go right to our computer. And I'm just going to view. I'm just going to refresh. And there's Parker. That's how fast it is. It's instant. So there's no sync engine in between on middleware. It syncs directly from the device to the ACT database. All right, so we've added Parker here. So through Parker, we can do a number of things. As just like an ACT, you can look at the histories, you can create a history, and I'll just, and again, you can use voice to text here, or you can type in, I'll just put test. I'll save that. And then we can go through and you can schedule activities. So you can schedule activities here from 3 locations, from the contacts, from your task list, and your calendar. So I'm just do one from my activities here. I'm going to hit plus and handle contact, API, folders and media. I'll click allow. And so here you can see I can do all my, I'll do test again here. I can fill in all the details like you would in ACT. The only difference what you can do, you can also send email invitation. So once I schedule this for Parker, I can send him an email invitation, and I can go through and I can obviously change. So as you see, my default settings were 15 minutes. I'll just minimize that for a second. My default was 15 minutes duration, 10 minutes alarm, and I can change that here if I want, but that's the default. So that's a nice thing is anytime you're in here, and the reason you do the defaults is if 90% of the time it's always calls and duration of 15 minutes, it automatically sets that for you. So I'm just going to click save on here. And the activity is set. I mean, that's how fast and how easy it is. The other thing I can do, whoops, I'm going to go back here. So those are my activities, notes, and any opportunities with Parker. The other thing I can do in the upper right-hand corner, I've got a menu. And here I can go through, I can do sort by. Let me just go back to my main database here. I can sort by first name, last name, or company. So I'll leave mine, I'll do it by last name. Now, the other thing I want to show you is when I'm in a contact, I'll make that one a favorite, and in the upper right-hand corner, I can also share this contact. So very much similar to the classic. I can also duplicate it. Let's say I'm at Ash Conversions. If I meet somebody else from that company and I want to duplicate it and just put their contact information, I can click duplicate, and then it'll allow me to put in, it copies through all the company information, but allows me to customize it for the person. The other thing you can do is share this information. Somebody says, hey, can you send me that? So you can send it as a vCard, VCF, or as a text. And these are all your options in terms of how you want to send them. So anything you have active on your device, through the message, Gmail, however you want, or email as well, or messages. So I just want to show you that piece before I moved off to the contacts. So let me just go back to Chris Huffman. And so that you can see some of the opportunities here. So here's an opportunity, and then you can open it from here. You can edit it. I'm going to click edit. And I'm going to change the assessment. Commitment to buy. So right away, you see I changed commitment to buy, changed my probability. So again, it just mimics what you have set in your opportunities back at in your ACT database. So I'm just going to save that. And again, that syncs right back to ACT, instantly going through. Okay, let's move to the other thing. I wanted to show you a couple more things in your contacts here. Is right from your contact, I'm going to go here to my contact details. You can call, you can text, or email right from here. And again, it will create a history for you in ACT. So I will go back and let me look for my contact. I'm going to do a search for Parker. There we go. So again, if I click email, it'll take me again out of Handheld contact because I need to use my email. But this is the first step because we want to capture it in Handheld contact. So I'll just go test, and we'll send that off. So it takes you to your email application on your device, and then you can send it from there. Again, the reason we have to, it looks like it's double is because we have to capture it in Handheld contact, which syncs back to ACT then. Here we are back at Parker. So now let's move on. I just want to check. Yeah, we've done everything there. So let's move to our calendar to start with. So here's a calendar. As you see, there's a Parker test right there. So from here, I can open it up. Again, I can edit it as well. I can also clear it in the upper right-hand corner where you see this checkbox. I can clear the meeting as well. Clear activity, I'll click yes. History created, are these accurate? I'll put yes. And so then I can put any details in here. I'll save that. And then we're done. So it's very quick, very easy to use. So we'll go back to calendar, and the meeting is now gone because it's been cleared. So in the calendar, in the upper right-hand corner, you also have a menu button. And so here you can do a variety of things. You can select the date if you want to jump to a certain date and see what's happening. You can do that. I'll just leave mine on the 22nd. The other thing you can do is calendars to show. So here, you can see these are all the ACT users. So same thing will happen with you if you've got multiple ACT users in your company. They will all show up here, and then you can either select all, or you can unselect and say, I just want to check Fred's activity because I want to schedule a follow-up for Fred. So you can do that. I'll just leave it on, select all for now. We'll go back. The other thing you can do is types to show. So let's say I'm on the road. I don't want to see my calls or to-dos. I just want to show my meetings. I don't want personal. I don't need my vacation. So again, every user can customize this. And you can also show cleared or not. I'm going to leave mine off for now. So calendar, again, it's very simple to use. The other thing you can do is from here, you can also jump to your settings, or you can click sync now if you want to make sure it's updated right. If there's changes in ACT that you want to come over right away, click the sync now button, and it will come over instantly for you. Well, instantly. It takes a second or two to sync, but doesn't take very long. The other thing you can do is on any of the activities, you can schedule from here, just like I showed you under the contact detail. The one thing I didn't show you is schedule with. You can also add numerous contacts here. So let's say I'm going to search contacts for Craig. I'm going to save that. So now we are emailing to Craig and to Parker. So again, very much like ACT going through. I'll just save that. And that one's scheduled. So now Craig will get an invitation for the meeting, whether he wants it or not. So next, we'll just move to the task list. Before I go to task list, Craig, are there any questions?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you. So let's go to the tasks. So same thing as before. In the upper right-hand corner is my menu button. I can filter the task, filter by all dates, today, this week. I'm just leaving on all dates. So again, if you've got a lot of activities, like in my regular act database, there's a lot. And so you just want to make sure that it's usable for you, that you're not clogged with all kinds of information that you do not need when you're on the road. Task list to show. So right now, I've only showing Chris Huffman. I'm going to select all. And then types to show. So very much the same as in calendar, same applications list here. So again, very, very simple to use going through. So if there's no further questions, we'll run to the last section, and that's the opportunities. So here again, in the upper right-hand corner, you will see the menu button. You can sort by, go through, name, process, stage, estimate close date. Let's do by estimate close date. And I'm always hitting, after I choose, I always hit my back button in the bottom here in case you can't see it. So then in the upper right-hand corner, I can go opportunities to show. And this is all the staff I'm showing. Opportunities. And we can filter the opportunities as well. And you can filter by open, close one, close lost, inactive, so just like an act. And then you can go through and you can filter. Let's say I just want to see my activities. Oh, I probably don't have stages in the demo database here. So I'm just going to go through process. And so I've got 2 CHT1 sales, CHT1 service. So I'm just going to leave those. I'm going to do them all. So again, you can customize it for yourself all the way through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Whoops, I went back one step too far. I'm going to go to my opportunities again. And here you can see the plus button in the bottom right. I'm going to click on that. And then you can do new opportunity as well. So here you can choose, I'm going to choose a sales one. Sales, I'll put assessment, initial communication. And again, it automatically sets the probability based on what I have set in ACT. Open date, estimated close date, I'm going to change to end of November. And it's Parker's associated with that one. I'm the record manager. And then here's all the fields that we were syncing. Remember how I chose comparator, reason, referred by, and then you have all your opportunity fields as well. So I'll just save that. And that's the latest opportunity that we put in there. So with that, it draws our demo to a close. Craig, are there any questions?
Nothing outstanding. I've answered each one.
Okay, are there any that would be worth sharing with the group?
There was a question about the cost of Handheld Contact API compared to the Classic.
Okay, both are $79.95. The difference is with Handheld Contact API, you get to sync it on numerous devices because there's no middleware to synchronize, so there's no data being used that way. And so if you have an iPhone, an iPad, or in this case, an Android tablet and an Android phone, you can synchronize on both for the same price. So it's all the same credentials, and then that works for you that way. So it's very inexpensive to use. So for the last thing, I just want to talk about upcoming features. Now, yesterday, our key developer, Katerina, showed me a build that had mobile mapping, keyword search, quoting, and invoicing on it. And she's just working on annual events like birthdays, anniversaries, renewal dates, but she wouldn't let me demo it for today. So I was not very happy with her, but I did see it and it looks fantastic. So my guess is probably within 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have that out. So because it's downloaded through the internet, you will get updates on that. So there's no additional costs. Once those features are out, you just need to update your build, and you will have access to the mapping, keyword search, quoting, and invoicing, and annual events. So that's, I anticipated the demo would go for 30 to 40 minutes, so we're right in the middle. So Craig, if there's no further questions, just last call for that.
I think then the next question may come up, just putting it out there, is the upgrade. So this is not actually an upgrade, but the moving from Classic to API.
Moving from Classic to API, they are completely different programs and different licensing, so there's no upgrade path. If you have Classic, you can keep using Classic. I actually run both of them on my device. I have iPhone and iPad, and I run Classic on my iPhone, and then I run API on my iPhone and my iPad. So they're totally separate. If you want to trial the API, you're welcome to do so, even if you're still running an active Classic build. So again, you can run both of them, but there's no upgrade path between the two of them because it's separate programming and totally separate licensing systems. So with that, we will call it a demo. And if you have any questions, support questions, feel free to email service@handheldcontact.com. And if you have any questions about the product or any other questions, you can, about functionalities, you can also email service, or you can email myself, vic@handheldcontact.com as well. And with that, I'd like to wish everyone a very good day, and thank you for joining the demo. And again, this will be up and active on our website within 24 hours. Thank you very much, and have a good day.